what's the first question asked? Michael, you were about 6 or 8 months ahead of me on how you were reopening, and you chose to focus on hiring people not from our industry, right? Not with those traditional skill sets. You had agency people, you had great hospitality, customer service skills people. You had no hesitation to bring in good critical thinkers, but not from the industry. One question is, how's that working out 8 months later?
Uh, this is a great question, and the answer is situational, right? So, um, where we were is in a position of not knowing, right? And I remember in our industry specifically, we had gone through about 8 months of companies wanting to survive and pivoting their offering in order to, create some sort of safe harbor for their organizations in a storm. And then we can talk about the help that we got from our federal government, that sort of thing. But when I finally decided that I was going to see what and where we were going, because I'm really not an innovator. I believe that I have a very strong offering in the marketplace, and I had decided after about 7 or 8 months of what we had gone through that I can see it. And the picture for me is our offering in the marketplace is still very valid. We're going to go into a time of volatility, and the concierge approach to dealing with customers is going to be in greater need than it was just 12 months ago, because there are going to be so many unknowns. There are going to be so many people who are lost in their roles. There are going to be people doing things they've never done before because there was the great human capital shuffle. So to Chris's point, I made a decision to ramp up and bring people back ahead of the curve, because my business is not scalable without actual bodies and people that have aptitude in the roles that they're in. So we had to very quickly find out who's coming back. And the sad news was 1 out of every 2 employees I had chose not to come back. Not to come back to Hill and Partners, not to come back to this industry, because it became an employee-driven market, and you could go out with a resume and sell yourself and transform your life. Great volatile opportunity for people that wanted to transition in their careers, make changes. I have some great people who used to work here who have some really great jobs, and I'm happy for them. But what that left with us is this model and this idea of how our company must be to bounce back. And I had a choice, and Chris and I, we're of that age. You say, well, I can do what I did before, which I could take 10 years to build this thing. Or how do I decide to create the opportunity for us to recover at an accelerated rate with what we know?